Shalom family. So the latest update out of Israel with all the tension around the impending going back to war with Gaza situation that's going to happen very shortly this week. There's a couple of stories that really jumped out at me that show you the development of what's happening. The first one is Trump will bring something bold of biblical proportions to the Middle East. This is the statement by incoming ambassador Huckabee. Excuse me. Huckabee says Gaza could have been Singapore, but instead Hamas turned it into Haiti, which is exactly what happened. Cheers. Coffee. As long as Hamas exists, it is a threat to the Israelis, Huckabee said. They have said, even as recent as 2 weeks ago, that they would try to do another October the 7th. 2 weeks ago. So let's not be in any way fooled that they want peace. They don't. They want the destruction of the Jewish state, and America must help protect the people of Israel, the Jewish state, and the Jewish people. It's as simple as that, and you can't do it as long as Hamas is in play. Huckabee said that Israel already tried giving the Palestinians a state when they handed over Gaza. They moved all the Jews out, they removed them out of that entire area, and they gave them that piece of land. That's a Palestinian state. There you go. There's your piece of land. They gave it to them. Instead of turning it into something wonderful with all the money that flooded in billions, they turned it into a terror network with tunnels and bases and the ability to continue fighting against Israel, not caring about the people. They militarily marched 10,000 Jewish people out of Gaza, turned it into a complete Palestinian state, and the result of that was October the 7th. So there's something that has to be rethought, he explained, and why people need to listen to Trump's idea of removing everyone, cleaning up the whole area, rebuilding it, and then looking at how it gets run going forward. Now, you might think, oh, no, that's not true. It's not 100%. Here's a statement. Hamas official threatens October 7th was just a prelude. This is not even the last 2 weeks. This is now. Khaled al-Qaid, one of the few remaining Hamas leaders, claimed a military victory in Gaza and warned October the 7th was a prelude. He said October 7th's attack was merely a prelude to the complete liberation of the entire land of Israel from Jewish control, wiping out Israel, blotting their name from existence, which the Bible refers to them wanting to do, removing all Jews and Judaism out. That's the idea of a Palestinian state, not a piece of land inside Israel belonging to them that they could turn into a paradise. No, that for them is a springboard of terror to wipe the Jews out and take the entire land for themselves. That is the idea of a Palestinian state that the world's pushing, the whole world screaming that that is what needs to happen, because they don't understand the mentality here in the Palestinian side of this conflict. Trump said, I could conceivably withhold aid to Egypt and Jordan. This, if they refuse to take in Gazans as part of his plan for the strip. So he's pushing his plan, and he's saying, if they don't want to play ball, I'll stop paying. Because America's paying billions of dollars to those countries to help them from everything. Even for tourism, to bring money into their own coffers. Now he just dries that tap up completely, and we see how quickly people start playing ball. Trump told the Jordanian king, because he met him as well now directly after Netanyahu, that the US will take Gaza and Palestinians will live safely elsewhere. He also said he did not think Hamas would make the Saturday deadline for the hostage release, and if they fail to do so, all bets are off. President Donald Trump told Jordan's King Abdullah that the US is going to take Gaza in a meeting between the two on Tuesday. Palestinians have to live safely in another location that is not Gaza. The US wasn't going to buy Gaza, but rather run it properly. He also said he did not think Hamas would make the deadline. All bets would be off. He says he thinks there will be parcels of land in Jordan, the king's land, and in Egypt, where Palestinians will live, to which the king replied that he would do what is best for his country, and that a future plan has to be in everyone's best interest. But based on Trump's threats about aid, Abdullah, however, said Jordan would immediately take in 2,000 sick children from Gaza. In response, Trump said the US contributes a lot of money to Jordan and Egypt, but he was not about to make threats right now. But he's making threats. He's telling them, you either work with me on this plan or all bets are off for you too. Money's going to dry up. There's plenty of land where they can go. Let's move them and sort this out once and for all. Anybody with half a brain cell will tell you, just looking at the pictures of the aftermath of what Gaza looks like right now, the best thing, humanitarian thing, is to remove all human beings, dogs, cats and mice, out of that area and clear it completely. Remove unexploded ordnance, remove exploded ordnance, remove and destroy all tunnels, probably dig down, clear everything out, set good foundations and rebuild a safe, livable zone. Then you can fight about who comes back, who's willing to live in Israel in that two-state solution situation. But even that process of cleaning up and building is going to take years, because the Chinese aren't doing it. It's not going to be a 10-minute operation. It's going to take a while, with a lot of money that needs to come in, a lot of companies that are going to need to work on it, and people are not willing to accept this. They'd rather have the visuals of these people living in between all this debris and trying to survive, because that drives the narrative that Israel is evil. Israel, not the one that's threatening to redo October 7. The Palestinians are threatening that. Hamas is threatening that. The terror proxies are threatening that. Pray for Israel. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And now more than ever, keep your eyes on God's clock in the Middle East, because our time is pretty much up. Shalom.